Like, I understand people hate Trump, but his youngest son, he's still a child.
He's 10, 11, 10, 11.
We can do without criticizing the child the same way we can do without criticizing Brady's children.
Here's the way I look at that, going back to, the presidential, because their kids are the ones that are in the eyes the most. Jenna and Barbara, are those Bush's kids?
Sounds right.
Jenna and... Yeah, Jenna, whatever their name.
It doesn't matter, the Bush girls.
They were adults. Go for it. If you want to be jerk enough to do that, go for it.
No, they're fully grown.
Eric, Donald Jr., and Ivanka are adults. Yeah. Go for it.
Yep.
Barron, Sasha, Malia, Chelsea, no.
They were
Chelsea
kids.
now.
Yeah,
Chelsea's
now.
Chelsea now.
She deserves any
and
criticism.
Sasha's now
almost
19.
She's in college, so she still gets a little bit.
Well, I have the 18-year-old
on the cusp. You're on the cusp.
She gets a little bit of a little bit more leeway in my mind, and that's true of whatever side. Because once you're in college, are you an adult?
Once you're 18,
you were in college. Were you an adult? Did you have bills?
Now.
Did you have responsibilities like you do now?
Yes.
I mean,
I had to pay rent.
Class.
I had to pay rent.
Did you pay real rent though?
Yes.
Did you work a full-time job?
No, I didn't work a full-time job, but I had to pay rent. I had an apartment down off of Wall Street.
I had 3 jobs. Was going to college and had rent.
And you walked up hills both ways in the snow without any shoes.
You selling any bootstraps over there?
No, but I'm saying, there's certain people. Her, on the other hand, I don't know if she's necessarily can be considered an adult right now. I mean, she probably doesn't have to pay for anything. And she probably just goes to class in Coachella.
No, I'm my cutoff is 18. If you're over 18, you're fair game.
I'll give her until she gets out of college.
Than what people on either side do going after kids. But the point is,
you don't attack people's kids, especially when that person's gracious enough to talk with your radio station every week.
Well, it's not going to happen anymore.
I hate defending Tom Brady, but damn it, leave the kids alone.
Yeah, no, I'm not defending Tom Brady. I'm defending his kids.
Yeah.
He sits when he pees. Screw him.
It's okay for his kids to do that. They're kids.
Tony.
What? Don't wear Ugg boots, okay? You're a man. Knock it off. It's weird. if you want that fluffiness on your foot, then wear slippers in public. I would be more accepting of that than Ugg boots.
The views of Tony Casper do not necessarily reflect those of Dan Tony Sports.
Well, then you shouldn't have put my name on it.
If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it.
Just saying.
I'm
not a fan of the male Ugg boot.
I'm not a fan of the male Ugg boot either. But you know what? I'm also not a fan of Eli Manning wearing that stupid watch.
I don't know what watch you're referring to. I don't really pay attention to somebody's watch all the
time. The commercials are black and white. But what was that?
Movement watches or
no?
Citizen Echo Drive.
Citizen Echo Drive. Do you have one? Because you just off the top of your head.
Because you never need to buy a replacement battery for them. Too bad they're not very cheap.
When I was in New York City about 3 years ago... Not to
mention, I don't really think Eli gives a crap. I'm pretty sure he's just like, okay, how much are you going to pay me? And I got to shoot a commercial and watch?
I throw a football through a little fake ring.
Done. It's not even a ring, man. We're going to superimpose it.
Yeah.
We're just going to throw a ball.
I just throw a football? Okay.
I had a coworker who was talking about buying an $8,000 purse. Nope. And at first I was like, that is ridiculous. That's stupid. And I thought about it. When I was in New York City, I walked past a store where I saw a Rolex, the most beautiful watch I'd ever seen, and the price tag was $18,800. And I thought to myself,
were there armed guards in front of the store?
No,
that wasn't a Rolex.
It was Tiffany. It was at Tiffany, so it had to be a real Rolex.
I mean, I'm sure there's people that are roaming that place inside, and they're not going to post them outside. I mean, if you're stupid enough to break the glass, well. You're in New York City. I'm pretty sure a camera got you.
Yeah.
And how far are you going to get?
Yeah, before you're going to run into a foot patrol. You see more cops in the city, in Manhattan, than you'll ever see anywhere else.
I thought to myself, I can't criticize this person for wanting an $8,000 purse, because if I had $18,800 spare dollars, I'd buy a watch that I'd wear once and never wear again.
Yeah, right.
All right,
you just wear it in your house, like, wow, that is nice. Now that you take it off.
There's no ticking. I don't hear ticking. Beautiful.
Put it into the safe, a little wrapped in fine silk, and just You know it's there, and you just like you pet the safe every night, not even risking bringing it out.
Absolutely. All right. Anything more about the New England Cheatriots?
No. God, no.
The Philadelphia Eggholes. All right. First of all, I just want to say how shitty their fans are.
Yeah, they're the worst.
We had a discussion about the worst fan bases. When
They're up there.
Yeah, if you weren't at number one after punching a cop horse, you automatically move up to number one.
That's just like, God.
Like I understand.
I know some reasonable Philly fans, and it's just like it's got to stink to just have that be your representation.
Listen, as a Cowboys fan, my fan base is like, you guys suck.
Well, I loved after all the everything that came out about what was happening in Philadelphia to Minnesota fans, and again, for the second straight week, a police horse got punched. I don't know how that happened. You think that would only be once, and they'd be like, okay,
it's because they're wearing those stupid dog masks. No one knows who they are. And we're against police brutality.
And I found that funny is they had the worst some of the worst stories came out of Philadelphia, and people latched onto it. It was like, what is it going to be like at a Super Bowl? It was like, the people doing that can't afford to go to the Super Bowl. Are you kidding me? That's the most of the people in the third deck. They're not affording that. If Lil Wayne's got to sit in section 300, they're not going. Okay, let's be real here. It's just not happening.
It is pathetic because there are good. Every fan base has good fans. I mean, the Raiders have good fans. We got Jeff Levac. Mm-hmm. We got the bad fans, those who like to beat up 49ers fans and throw them over the deck. Mm-hmm. At what was it, Candlestick back then? Is that what the 49ers?
I think so.
It was,
yeah, at Candlestick. The Eagles fans, you have good. My friend Sean, who's my roommate at UAlbany, he was an Eagles fan. He's a good guy. Then you got all these dickholes in Philadelphia, and they're not good guys. In fact, they punch horses, throw snowballs at Santa Claus, and cheer when a team's star wide receiver is carted off on a stretcher.
Mm-hmm. This is Welcome to Philadelphia.
Any other fan base would be clapping because he gave a thumbs up. They're clapping because he's down.
And it's more Philadelphia fans can be brutal, but it's more their football fans than anything else. I don't feel like it's that intense with their baseball fans.
No, the Flyers I've heard are terrible.
Yep.
Flyers fans are really bad too.
Hockey fans in general can get a little bit rough.
76ers fans, they're what is it? Masochists?
Yeah, I was gonna say they're mostly on suicide watch.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore though. They're coming back.
They've been sedated for the better part of a decade.
Yeah. Now they're all sitting in the corner with a poster, Joel Embiid.
Philadelphia Phillies, Philly Fanatic.
Yeah, the Philly Fanatic, they're pretty tame. The Phillies fans, but I don't know what's worse: the violent Philadelphia Eagles fans who are going to beat you up, or the racist, horrible Boston fans that are going to tear you down. I mean, it's the two worst fan bases in all sports. I can't think of any others.
Because some guy yelled the N-word doesn't represent all of Boston. Slow your roll.
Okay, you're talking about a history of thousands of people.
Yeah, a history you're talking about a history that's stretching back literally over a century.
I'm not
Pull
talking.
up the data in how many baseball games have been played and how many instances people have brought in racial comments. Because you're talking about one guy that's in the stands at that situation that's the asshole that's yelling that still. And if you really want to go back to the dawn of baseball, everyone was yelling that when Jackie Robinson first took the field. So let's not act like this is the epitome of getting high class is baseball, okay? In the fight against racism. Let's not go that far.
I'm not saying that. You're putting words in my mouth. I'm giving you the information that I got from a credible source.
Who's your credible source?
Rick DiPietro, who's from Boston.
Okay.
He's from Boston. Okay. Played at Boston University. He knows how bad Boston people are.
Yeah, I'm sure that there's a lot of people that still hold on to that anti-Semitic behavior. I'm sure of it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
but
I mean, the rallies in Charlottesville have to show you that that's...
It doesn't involve the entire fan base of Boston.
The entire fan base sucks.
Yeah, well...
Inside Boston. The fan base inside Boston.
There's a rip screen.
First off, Boston itself as a city, just even, schematically sucks.
Like your subway system is like the most confusing.
Don't just take the train.
Dot to dot puzzle in.
Yeah, I'd rather be on the subway than try and deal with the one-way streets.
Yeah,
everywhere.
don't drive in there. Don't ever do that.
And if I have to hear,
It was made for horse and buggy. And
even
that
with a
doesn't
GPS,
exist
you can get lost.
anymore. Why would you use a GPS? If you're going to go into Boston, don't use the GPS. Stop when you get in there and get one of those maps from like a AAA store that you can open up and physically look at. That's your only hope.
Boston is the worst. We were driving through Boston after going to the aquarium, and we go into this tunnel.
I've been to that aquarium, the big one, right?
Yeah, it's great.
There's two. You have to make sure you go to the right aquarium. There's one that's the huge one that's right on the water. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then there's this other tiny one, and they're named almost exactly the same. And a bunch of people go to the little shitty one and are like, "Why does everybody talk about Boston Aquarium?" And it's because there's two that have identical names, and this one is just reaping
If
the
you
benefits
want to get
of
to
having...
the right one, go to the one that has the IMAX.
And that's
Yes.
exactly what I was
That's
going to say. The IMAX
how you
theater.
get there.
Do you see the seals
right,
outside?
And it's right on the harbor. Like,
Yeah.
Do you see the seals outside? If you
Yeah.
do, you're in the right place.
Yeah.
If you don't, you're in the wrong place.
Just look for Wally's on the wharf.
Yeah, but I want to talk to someone from Boston, ask them to say the alphabet, and if they don't, when they get to LMNOP, if they don't go QA, I'm gonna be pissed because that's really frustrating. All right,
Drower.
what?
Drower.
So I hate Boston. I love Boston. If I had to choose between living in New York and Boston, it's Boston.
Neither for me.
I couldn't.
I don't want to be in a city.
I actually like really like a lot of parts of Boston,
Boston's
especially
friggin'
the
nice.
nightlife. But because of who my teams are, I could not live there.
No.
I will tell you right
crazy.
now, if I were rich, I would be living in Chestnut Hill, no questions asked.
I mean,
100%.
You just could never wear any of your gear outside.
Like, that's the
ever.
problem. I would still.
And then, yeah. And even if, like, somebody heard in a glancing conversation, like, it would be, like, a couple months before you were out on the town so many times that you'd heard the same things about the same teams where you're like, somebody's going to get hit.
Yep.
Someone's going to get hit. I'm done with this beer, and it's going up on somebody's head.
Yeah, but see, then you also get, like, awesome things like Dropkick Murphys are there all the time.
Yeah, they
So
do
that's
play every
cool.
year on St. Patrick's Day.
They've got,
dive bar. It's
my
actually
cousin-
pretty expensive.
I have
to
a lot
get
of
in.
family up near there too, so
I don't know if you like punk
would
music,
be-
but Boston's like the punk
yeah.
capital.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. Love it.
It's like the equivalent to grunge in Seattle.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Exactly.
Of course, grunge music came from Seattle. You know how depressing that place is.
That's pretty
Rains
depressing.
all the time there.
It's,
I would. No,
You can say
that's
the
terrible.
same. You can say the same thing about like, England and all those countries.
Yeah, of course they're miserable too.
everything in England is gray. It's all
True.
gray.
It's true.
Yeah.
50 Shades, I've heard.
Oh Jesus.
50 free now. Apparently.
Has anybody noticed that when they show that commercial for that stupid movie, they say the worldwide phenomenon? I'm like, no. Tell me somebody in Africa who's seen that. Or South America. I don't think they're watching our 50 Shades movies. Something just tells me that that's not the thing popping in Chile
Tony,
right
you're
now.
telling me that you
It's not
you didn't read the books?
No.
Name me one person in Cote d'Ivoire who's seen that.
Yeah, no.
But we call it the Ivory
I would
Coast.
have pegged you for an avid reader of the 50
erotic
Shades books.
of the erotic fictions. No, I'm not. Pass.
Oh man, no, he seems like he's more into the.
I thought Tony.
He's more into the
Tony
genre
with the bored housewife
No,
vibe.
Yeah.
the
I'm
board
trying-
house.
I'm
No,
trying
that's
to keep-
Chuckles.
That's Chuckles.
I'm trying to keep up.
Chuckles. Chuckles is the board housewife.
Well, then what does that make Nate though?
That makes Nate delusional. He's the one that thinks he's gonna end up with the guy. All along, he's the child.
I don't know what that means. I haven't
Yeah,
seen.
I-
I haven't.
I haven't seen
I
it
don't
either. I'm
even
just
know
making this up.
We got off the rails quick here because
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about that movie.
So
I don't even want to see another preview, but I feel like every time I go to the movies, that's all that's there.
No, I
I've
will
gone to the
say
movies 3 times.
I
I've
saw.
seen that
I
ad
saw
every
the first
time.
one with my now fiance. In theaters for like Valentine's Day or something because it came out and we were like, all right, what's this about?
Yeah.
Like,
really,
We went
what's
and
this
saw it.
about? Yeah,
went.
50 Shades
No.
of Grey. It's a movie about Slipknot. Paul Gray, obviously.
no, but like, why is there so much hype? I will tell you, I was crying laughing at that movie.
Really?
And it was not meant to be a comedy.